Yes, good afternoon everyone and welcome to Good Friday footy at Marvel Stadium. It's North Melbourne taking on the Western Bulldogs. The roof is shut as you'd expect, packed house, and boy oh boy, I'm looking forward to this one. North Melbourne, well, they've got Majak Dor up in the back line, Ben Brown at full forward, of course all your regular midfielders, Ben Cunnington, Higgins and also Zeeble in the team. As for the Dogs, well, they got over the line by the Giants, 4 points, over the Giants by 4 points last week. Marcus Bontempelli in that side, and Hayden Crosby was fantastic, kicking a bag of goals last week. So out they come, the red, white and blue, led by the captain, Marcus Bontempelli. Look at that banner. It's a privilege to watch the great Bontempelli. That's exactly right. Bailey Day on the team, and of course Tim English playing tonight in the ruck will be ultra important. Jack Trengove there in that back line will be ultra important as well. So out come North Melbourne. According to squeal.com.au, they've lost their last 3 games heading into this, so they're due for a win. Hopefully for their sake, Ben Brown can kick a bag. It will be very important to the team tonight. So send through who you think is going to win tonight in the comments below at youtube.com/thebevshow. Well, I think I'm going to stick with the Dogs and be a true fan. I'm going to tip them by 20 points. So Razor Ray, he umpired the game last night at the Gabba. He's doing a double umpiring the game tonight. So we're all ready to go. Good Friday footy. North Melbourne and the Dogs. Let's get this one underway. Lots of hype surrounding it. First bounce is a good one. Goldstein wins the tap, then ends up with the footy. Loses it. Now North Melbourne are going to attack here straight away. Larkey has been tackled down. We're going to have a ball up. Bruce. Dumont takes his opponent high. It was McRae. Now McRae goes out to Keith. Still at half back for the Dogs. He goes to the centre of the ground and it's been coughed up by Larkey. So Larkey now goes to a one-on-one. Good kick to the half-back flank, and a chance here for North to kick the first goal of the game. They go inside 50. Ben Brown with a chance. He's got it. In fact, it's Jared Polak. North have the first on Good Friday. Fell off Zeeble and into the hands of Polak, and he was just able to split it through the middle. So North with a couple of early inside 50s and a goal. We're back in the middle. Goldstein wins the tap. English tries to grab it. Polak spills it. Tackled down there was Hunter. He loses the footy. Now Majak Dor takes his opponent high. I think it might be Mitch Wallace. Now he looks inside 50. Decides to go out wide. Good mark, Tory Dixon. Good to see him in the side tonight. Now he's a fair way out here. He's going to have to roost it home if he kicks this one. He lines up, kick on its way, hits the point post, and it goes out of bounds on the full. So North Melbourne with the free kick. Atley sends it out to the broadcast wing. Polak, who kicked the first goal of the game, decides to go back inside the defensive 50. Dangerous. And it's proved to be the case because Dixon's taken the mark. Now he's directly in front here, basically the same distance out as he was before when he took that shot. Slightly easier for him, but same results as before. Out of bounds on the full. So the Dogs miss a couple of chances through Tory Dixon. It's important to take your chances tonight as Pittard takes the mark. Looks out to the far wing. Pack of players forming. That's a good mark. And guess who it was? The great Marcus Bontempelli. He sends it wide. Tory Dixon again with a mark. Now he looks inboard. Not a great kick, but the Dogs are going to go forward anyway. Kick favours Tarrant. He was always in front. He was always in a great position to mark it, and he did just that. Now he sends it out wide. Ball spills to ground. Pittard's been tackled down by the Dogs, and we're going to have a ball up. English. Bontempelli loses the footy. English tries to get it back. Chance here for Pittard. Driving it forward. Good mark, Simpkin. So Simpkin takes the mark. And that's out of bounds on the full. And we're going to have a free kick to the Dogs. So we go back inside the defensive 50, but they've got, I think it might be Zane Cordy all by himself. Kicks it to the centre square, 1-on-1. Good mark, McLean winning the battle. And McLean sending it across to the other side, Suckling at half back. Dogs have coughed it up here. Anderson, though, has been pinged for throwing the footy. So, free kick to the Dogs. They send it straight through the centre. Zuhar takes the mark. Now Zuhar goes short. Atley looks inside 50. Kicks it in that direction. And all on his own is Jack Siebel in the long sleeves. So Jack Siebel with a chance here to kick the second goal of the match. It's a good looking kick, but just stays to the left for a minor score. So Trengove with the kick out. Short kick. No one could grab it for the Dogs, and Paul O'Hearn has run out of room, and it's going to be a ball in. So, a few Doggy supporters in the comments by the looks of it. Someone's predicting 5 goals to Majak Daw. Damo's saying the Dogs will win by 28 points. So thanks for your comments. Send them in throughout the match. Your thoughts? As McMillan takes the mark on the far wing. Sends in the direction of Dumont. He marks. Dunkley couldn't quite spoil it. That kick hasn't landed in the hands of North Melbourne. It's landed in the hands of the Dogs. Now, a kick goes in the direction of Daniel, but taking the mark was McMillan. Just too tall for Caleb Daniel on that occasion. Now McDonald sends it through the centre. Oh, that's an amazing mark. Josh Dunkley over the back, up in the air, taking the fly and taking the mark. That is superb stuff from Josh Dunkley. Sends it inside 50. Spoil there from the Dogs. And McDonald has taken his opponent high. So we're going to get a free kick here. And the Dogs have another opportunity to kick the first goal of the game. They haven't registered a score. Decide to go in board. Liberatore has taken the mark. And he's directly in front. I'd say about 35 metres out. What can he do here? Tom Liberatore just misses to the left. So Dogs register their first score of the afternoon. It's a point. Hope you're enjoying this one. Good Friday footy. Polak takes the mark, sends it inside the centre of the ground, and Mason Wood now takes the mark. Now he looks in the Majak Daw direction. Good mark. Good to see Majak Daw out there today. And now Majak Daw sends it inside 50. Simpkin wins the 1-on-1. And now he decides to go out wide. Interesting option. Ben Cunnington, all by himself, plays on, sends it towards goal, and it's missed. 5 minutes played in this Good Friday blockbuster. 15 straight minute quarters. Crozier kicked a bag last week against the Giants, takes the mark. Now he sends it out to a player all by himself. It's Wallace, I think it is. Now Dunkley takes the mark. Down the line he goes. McLean around the body, setting it to a 1-on-1. Can someone mark for the Dogs? The answer's no. Pittard takes the mark, kicks it into the man on the mark, and Tarrant runs into trouble, but it's no prior, says the umpire. So ball up again. Looks like Bruce is in the ruck. Dale takes his opponent high, and North Melbourne gets the free. So McDonald sending it out to the back flank. There's Taron Thomas, the Tasmanian. Ball's been coughed up. Marcus Bonampelli takes the mark. Now he sends it inside 50. 1-on-1. No one could mark. Majak Dor ran into trouble but coughed it up to Taron Thomas. And then they get themselves out of trouble here. North Zeeble taking the mark. Sending it into the centre. North Melbourne have the numbers to deal with it. Ball at ground level. Zane Cordy has been tackled down after gathering the footy. It's going to be a ball up. Here's a go for the Dogs. Open goal square. Just has to nail it through Bailey Dale, but he misses. How did he miss that? Has to be asked. He had all the time in the world. Oh, Easton Wood has taken a beauty! That was a magnificent mark. Now, he's a fair way out here. I don't imagine he kicks goals on a regular basis. But this would be the goal to put the Dogs in front. He lines up. And it's not a great kick. It misses to the left. Good to see the Dogs' accuracy at goal is accurate. Thanks very much for that. We've also got someone coming in saying North going to get up by 15 points. Says Aaron Hall takes the mark at the back flank for North. Majak Dor, good lead. And he takes the mark with the stretching arms. He's a tall fella, isn't he, Majak Dor? We love him, don't we? Kicks to a one-on-one. McRae won the battle against Polak. Now McRae over the top. Good mark, Hayden Crozier. Interestingly enough, he's playing forward tonight. Usually plays back, but Luke Beveridge has decided to pop him forward. Not a great kick, though. And, oh, that's a good tackle there. Marley Williams has been pinged for holding the ball. The Dogs go inside 50. Now, there was not much communication there. They both bumped into each other, and as a result, no one could take the mark. Now, the ball has been forced out of play from the scrimmage, and we're going to have a ball in just on the 15-metre line at the Dogs. Chance here for the Dogs. It's a really good kick from Josh Dunkley, and they're in front. How about that kick? That was huge. So Dogs in front. They finally have their first goal. McRae sending it forward. North have the numbers and Pittard takes the mark. So Pittard out to a contest. North have the numbers here. Now collecting the footy for North was Zeeble. He sends it to a pack of players. Dale comes out with the footy. Now the Dogs may be on the charge, or maybe not. They've given it up. Now North have given it up. And Bailey Smith has collected the footy but been locked up in the centre of the ground, and we're going to have a ball up. There's 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. It's been a pretty good start. The team's just, I reckon, working themselves out at the moment. Ball comes off a pack. McLean couldn't quite get a kick away, and then Dale ended up with the footy, but he's been locked up. So we're going to have another ball up. Interestingly, Trengover's in the ruck for the Dogs at the moment. Not sure where English is, but Taron Thomas has been locked up now, so we're going to have a ball up. Right over the other side from where I'm situated here at Marvel Stadium. The far wing, as I like to call it. And from the ruck contest, it's bounced out for a boundary throw-in. And the ruck is, I think that's McMillan in the ruck with Trengove. That's a very interesting choice by North. Anyway, they're going forward here. Majak Dor sends in the direction of Brown, and he marks. Very well done. And then he decides to centre it. Why didn't you just have a shot, Benny? Not sure why there, but anyway, the Dogs send it out in the direction of Jack McRae, and that's a good mark in a pack. Now he goes over the top. It beat Majak Dor and fell in the hands of Caleb Daniel. Very good. Now Caleb Daniel sends to a one-on-one. Tory Dixon gets the better of his man. Now he's a fair way out. He decides to square it up, and it didn't quite work out. Polak taking the mark and then sending it directly in the centre of the ground, and Suckling with a big fly. We've seen a few already from the Dogs. Dunkley took one earlier, then Wood, and now Suckling. That's 3 speckies in the first quarter. You don't see that every day. My goodness me. North coming away with the footy from the contest. Zuha taking the mark in the centre of the ground. On the Toyota logo. Now he goes short to Zeeble. Interesting choice wearing the long sleeves. Now Zeeble goes to a one-on-one. Zane Cordy's been ripped down to the ground and the umpires pinged him for holding the ball. And then the kick inside 50 wasn't great. It was coughed up by Easton Wood. Now Hunter just decides to kick it anywhere. Not sure why he did that. And Demont takes the mark inside the pack. So, chance here for Demont. The goals have been hard to come by in this quarter so far. We've still got 5 minutes to go. And that's a roosting kick from Demont. But it's not accurate. And the scores are locked up. 9 apiece in the first quarter. Majak playing well tonight. Yes, he is. He's off to a good start. Good to see him playing. This is his first game. As a chance comes here for North. It's snuck through. Brilliantly done by Cameron Zuha. And they're in front by a goal. So Cameron Zuha registering his first goal of the game. So the North Melbourne Kangaroos are in front by 1 point. Bruce in the ruck, won it. And Hall's taken his opponent high. It looks like Bailey Dale, and he goes over the top to Lockie Hunter, all by himself. Lockie Hunter wheels around inside 50, hoping for a mark. No one could do, and Atley ends up with the footy off the contest, and we're going to have a ball up. Oh, big tackle. And Paula Hearn has been locked up. So another ball up, Bruce. Ball just bibbling around. Atley's taken his opponent high. So the Dogs with a chance to lock scores back up. Kick on its way, not good from Bailey Smith, and it's a behind. Kick down the middle, Simpkin takes the mark, sends it to a pack, and Pittard. Brilliantly done. Now Pittard, what does he do here? He sends it down the centre of the ground. No one could take the mark. It's spilt for the Dogs, and now they go inside 50, and Dunkley takes the mark, playing a bit of forward by the looks of things in this game at the moment. He's already kicked 1 goal. Can he add a second to his name? This to put the Dogs in front. Directly in front, no mistake, and the Dogs are in front by a point. It was Hunter from the contest who was able to get it to a teammate who then cleared it inside 50, and Dunkley was able to take the mark easy as you like, and that was a great goal to put the Dogs in front by 1 point. 2-3-15. North Melbourne trail the Dogs 2-4-16. Good contest so far. So back in the middle we go. Bruce won the tap. Chance here for the Dogs. Liberatore over the top. Spilt footy. And Liberatore, he's taken his opponent high. And it's going to be a free. Now this is not a great kick. Daniel takes the mark. He was all by himself. Sends it to a pack. It was a short little kick. Liberatore's coming in to tackle his man. But North Melbourne get out. Now they go forward. Ben Brown, the target, gets a spoil on it. Chance here for Pittard. He's been tackled down. In fact, it was Anderson who was tackled down. Now a chance for North to go forward. That's a good little kick to Higgins, who's wheeled around the body and kicked a goal and put North back in front. Goal for goal here at the moment on Good Friday. And after Dunkley kicked that goal moments ago, Higgins has been able to get one back on the board. And now it's North Melbourne in front. 3-3-21 to 2-4-16. We've got 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Make sure you send your comments in if you're watching. I am looking at them tonight, or this afternoon, so I'll read some out as we go, if they're appropriate, of course. Now, the Dogs are streaming forward here. Majak Dor applying a big-time tackle, and Bailey Dale has been put to the ground, and he's been locked up, and the umpire says no prior. So, English back in the ruck with Wood. Chance here for North to stream forward. Kick to a one-on-one. Comes off hands. Tackle down was Simpkin, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. Now Zane Cordy takes the mark in the centre square. He goes out to the broadcast wing. It's a 2-on-2. Who's going to win the footy? They tackle each other down. Ball spills to ground level. Hunter. Good handball inboard. And that's not a great kick by Bailey Dale. He wanted to go forward, but instead he sent it out of bounds on the full. So kick comes out to a pack. Majak Dor with the crumb. Sends it to Hall. Into a pack, but Keefe, he's too big. He takes the mark, but then sends it into the man on the mark. They've been able to win it back, though. Trengove. Oh, he's been pinged. Good tackle by Higgins. Now Higgins looks inside 50, and that's a really good defensive mark by Bailey Smith. Now the ball's been kicked to the centre square off a pack, and Trengove has pushed his man in the back. So North Melbourne send it back inside 50. It comes off hands. A chance here for Hall. He sent it straight through for a behind. So kick comes to a pack. Dogs send it up the broadcast wing to a pack. Liberatore's been tackled down. Now with the footy was Atley. He sends it to Brown and he marks. So Benny Brown to kick his first goal of the afternoon. He's on an angle, but he makes no mistake of it. Benny Brown extends the lead for the Kangas, and they get out to a mini break. A 2-goal lead for North. In what is a very tight start to this match. So back in the middle we go. North Melbourne get the clearance. Keefe pushes his opponent in the back. North Melbourne, they're going to send it inside 50. Chance here for Zuha! Off the contest and into the open goal. Well, that's his second. And North Melbourne, they're out to a 3-goal lead as we approach quarter time. So, Cunnington, tackled down by Hunter. Hall collects the footy now, gets the handball away. Dogs get back the footy though, and then they stream it forward, and that's in Norton's favour, and he dives and takes the mark. Now he's a fair way out, Aaron Norton. But they need a goal here, the Dogs. They're 3 goals behind. They've conceded the last 3 goals, and Norton just sticks it out to the right for a behind. And the lead has been cut back to just under 3 goals. So kick out favours Anderson. Sends it to the wing. Higgins taking a one-on-one contest. Contested mark I should say. Sends it into the centre of the ground. Now North is streaming forward here, but it's been cut off, and now English receives a footy from Bailey Smith. Now he just decides to kick it to space, and it's bounced and bounced. In fact, it was Keefe, and it's out of bounds for a boundary throwing. Deep inside 50 for the Dogs. Majak Dor receives the hit out, sends it out of there. Dogs applying the pressure. McRae, short handball. Found an opponent eventually, and Dixon's been wrapped up by Majak, and it's holding the ball. So Majak Dor playing a very good first quarter. He's been in amongst it all quarter so far. Kick comes out to the broadcast wing. Chance here for Liberatore. He kicks it inside 51 on 1. It's Norton. And also Tarrant. Siren sounds, and that's the end of what has been a cracking opening quarter to this Good Friday blockbuster. It's North Melbourne by 17 points. It's been a quarter full of lots of pressure, and the goals have been hard to come about in this quarter. But North Melbourne, they did score the last 3 goals of that quarter. They lead 5-4-34 to the Dogs 2-5-17. Let's have a look at who's leading what in terms of the stats. Well, the Dogs have had plenty of inside 50s, but not enough goals. They have scored 5 behinds, though, so they've missed some chances. North Melbourne have had plenty of the footy, 77 disposals to 69. They lead the Dogs in the uncontested possessions, but the Dogs are leading in the contested possessions. And as for other stats, the marks, well, North Melbourne are on top in that department. They're also on top of tackles. North Melbourne have so far had 51% of possession, so not too much of a difference there between the Dogs. Let's have a look at who's leading what in terms of the major ball winners. Well, Mason Wood, he's racked up 7 disposals. He spent a lot of time in the ruck in that first quarter, so that's probably how he's been able to get those disposals. Majak Dor, he had plenty of it in that back line, didn't he? And even in the centre of the ground, 6 disposals. And Robbie Tarrant with 5 disposals. As for the Dogs, Lockie Hunter 6 disposals. Tom Liberatore, plenty of the footy with 5 disposals. And Tory Dixon also with 5 disposals. The goal kickers, well, there have been 4 separate goal kickers for North Melbourne. Cameron Zuha has kicked 2, Polak and Higgins with 1 each. And as for the Dogs, well, Dunkley has kicked the only 2 goals of the game so far for the Dogs. So, a fantastic opening quarter. Do not go anywhere. The second term is coming up very, very shortly. It's North leading the Dogs at quarter time.
on the bongo. A bonfire is the inner camp visual. Werewolves howl at the riverbank ritual. Down by the river, learn how to swim. Where the records play and wash away all stress and fear. It fueled my fire higher, it took me higher.
So if you've just joined, North Melbourne are leading the Dogs at quarter time on this Good Friday match at Marvel Stadium, 5-4-34 to 2-5-17. Feel free to send through some comments in the chat. I'll read some out as we go and as I go by calling this match. So anyway, let's get straight in now to the second term. It's been a cracking start. Let's see what the second quarter has in store. English, clearing kick. Good mark, Caleb Daniel. Now he streams back and then he kicks it short to a contest, but Atley takes the mark. So Atley sending it out to the far wing. Oh, Simpkin takes a mark. There was a fly over the back. Not sure who that was, but anyway, ball falls to Bontempelli. Now he kicks it to a teammate who's all by himself. It's Aaron Norton. Well, not all by himself, I should say. I should say he was leading to the footy. It was a great lead from Aaron Norton. Now he's a fair way out here. Does he have the carry? Let's have a look. Lines up. Kick looks good. It's on target. It's a very good goal from Aaron Norton. And the Dogs reduce the lead. Cracking first quarter, the Dogs need to lift. They do. Dixie enormous. Just a little purple patch late in the first quarter, but the Dogs have got off to a good start here in the second term. Goldstein wins the tap. North Melbourne get the clearance. They go inside 50. Now the ball spills for the Dogs. Kick over the top is good. McRae takes the mark. McRae into the centre of the ground. Chance here for Bruce. 2-on-1 situation favouring the Dogs, but Tarrant beat them. Oh! There was a fly at the back. I think it was McRae. That was enormous. Now North Melbourne streaming forward. Goldstein receives a handball. He goes to a contest. Polak drops the footy. Zuhar tries to pick it up. Dogs come away with it. Now they're streaming forward. Chance here for Norton. Tarrant in front. Good defensive mark by Tarrant. He had Norton covered there. That kick, though, has been slipped through the hands, and Dogs, well, they had it, they lost it. Now kick comes out to a one-on-one. Alex Keefe wins the day. He takes the mark. So end-to-end type stuff here. Hunter taking the mark, sending it inside 50. There's a fly at the back, but Caleb Daniels taking the mark, stands his ground. Beautiful stuff. There's a few speckies being taken here. Some not, some are, as Caleb Daniel directly in front misses to the right. Yes, we've seen a few leaps tonight. This afternoon so far. 3 have stuck for the Dogs. Hall. Short kick to a contest. Caleb Daniels being tackled down. We're going to have a ball up. Bruce won that one. Spilling it was Wallace. It comes down the ground. North Melbourne have the numbers. Ziegel handballing it in board. Coughed up. Goldstein crumbing it. Chance here for North. Good mark taken by Nick Leahy inside 50. Chance here to increase the lead back out to 16 points, and Larkey has put it through for a behind, missing it to the left. So the Dogs, they play on from the kick out, sending it to the wing. Chance here for Polak. He's going to go for goal here. He's already kicked one. He's not adding to that tally. He missed it to the right. Kicked the first goal of the game, Jared Polak. Of course, recruited from Port Adelaide last year. Now that is a shocking kick from Ed Richards. Not sure where he was trying to place that. He's kicked it out of bounds on the floor, and a free kick here to North Melbourne. So 3 goals is the margin. Kick to the top of the square. Dogs come away with it. Tackles inside 50 by North. They're keeping it in there. Zeeble tackled down. Keith tried to claim it. Now here's a go for Anderson. He's got it. 4-goal lead to North Melbourne. Jared Anderson popping it through the middle. Good fist pump there in the air by Jed Anderson. So Goldstein wins the tap. Hunter loses the footy. North Melbourne have the footy. Oh, good don't argue by Cunnington, and he sends it inside 50, and Taron Thomas takes the mark. So the Tasmanian with a chance here to score his first goal of the afternoon. He's playing on the big stage. He makes no mistake of it, and this is getting out of hand. North Melbourne are 5 goals in front. The Western Bulldogs desperately need a goal. Taken in the 2018 draft, Taron Thomas, after winning a premiership with North Launceston down there in Tassie, and he's been a regular for North Melbourne ever since. So, kick from Hall, out wide to Polak. Now he goes inside 50. There's North Melbourne players everywhere by themselves. Ahern takes the mark. Good kick from the angle. That's gone directly through the middle. And North Melbourne are kicking away here at Marvel. It's a 30-point lead. Good to see Jack saying, "Let's go Roos," in the comments below. Good to see some North Melbourne supporters watching. Poor defence pressure from the Dogs. Absolutely Finn. And Dixie says this is just too easy. Right back at you. So, back in the middle. Crozier takes the mark. Sends it inside 50. Spilt through the hands of, I think it was Dale. Now, what kind of kick was that by Jasper Pittard? He has somehow mistaken himself playing forward instead of defence, and he's had a ping of the goal. So, chance here for the Dogs. Oh, you're joking! Tory Dixon with the drop punt from the impossible angle. That is absolutely outrageous. How did he get that one? So Dogs reduce the margin. Back to 24 points. North Melbourne with the clearance though. Goldstein. North Melbourne have the numbers and Zuhar takes the mark. North Melbourne seem to be on top of the Dogs in clearances. They've been clearing out of the centre, left, right and centre here in this second term as Zuhar just misses to the left. So I hope you're enjoying this Good Friday clash at Marvel Stadium. It's Jack Zeeble taking the mark. Wearing the long sleeves tonight. Directly in front. He's a fair way out. He's missed it. Goal of the year contender. Yep, absolutely. He's the eye of the needle. He's the thread of the eye of the needle. Yes, absolutely. As Anderson takes the mark inside 50 from the kick out. So the Dogs just struggling to clear it out of their defensive 50 here, and Anderson's kicked another. So the margin back out to 30 points, and Jed Anderson's got 2 goals in this first half. 9-8-62, North lead the Dogs 4-6-30. So English and Goldstein back in the ruck. Goldstein wins the tap. Dogs with a clearance here through, I think it might have been Wallace. Now ball comes out to the forward pocket, but Majak Dawes getting back to handball it off to a teammate, and he does so. And then he kicks off to Higgins, who takes a good mark inside the centre square. So the Dogs there with an opportunity, but no one home. Now North just have all the numbers here on the wing. McRae trying to tackle Dorr, and he did, but Dorr got it away, and now a chance for North to stream forward. Polak gets it on the forward flank and then kicks it out of bounds on the full. Gee, I hate when the game does that. Alex Keefe takes the mark on the wing. Now sends it to a one-on-one. Oh, good mark. Toby McLean at the back. Somehow able to beat Majak Dawes on that occasion. Now he sends it forward. Comes off hands. Norton with the foot. He's been wrapped up. We're going to have a ball up close to the boundary line and close to the Dogs. Forward 50. So Goldstein and English won the tap. And Dumont's been forced out. And we're going to have another ball in. McRae. Good hands. Here's a chance for Caleb Daniel. He should kick this, and he's missed. How can you possibly miss that? You had an open goal. Plenty of time, and you've missed it. You've hit the post. That is absolutely outrageous. Taron Thomas switches it over to Cunnington in the middle. Now he goes up the line, far wing, comes off hands. Tackled down was Mitch Wallace, and he's been pinged, holding the ball. The Dogs just not handling North Melbourne's pressure at the moment. Goldstein takes a mark at the back of English, just too easy. Now Goldstein sends it to a 2-on-1 favouring the Dogs, and Dunkley takes the mark. Kick's been coughed up though on the AFL logo. Cunnington inside 50. Comes off hands, off a pack. Dogs come away with it. English building it to a 1-on-1, and Daniel too small. McMillan takes the mark. Now McMillan centres it. Hunter takes the mark. Woeful kick into the man on the mark, and Luke McDonald pushes his opponent in the back. So the Dogs get the free. Johannesson now looks inside 50. Oh, good mark. Jamie McMillan. He has been everywhere in this second quarter. McMillan sending it out to the far wing. Mitch Wallace marked it, wasted it. McRae gets it back, sends it inside 50, and Ed Richards takes the mark. Beautifully done. Now he just needs to kick this. It's through. Ed Richards has got one back for the Dogs. He's first of the afternoon. And the Dogs are just sticking here with North Melbourne. They're not going anywhere. Margin back under 30 points. Someone says Dogs are cooked. The closed roof seems to be favouring the Roos at the moment. Says Dix Enormous, and also Mark coming in saying North destroying the Dogs in all facets of the game. Yeah, North are on top at the moment, but the Dogs are just sticking with them for now. A bit different to last night's game. Collingwood, you just sense that they were all over Brisbane from the get-go. This is a bit different. Aaron Hall takes Marcus Bonampelli high, so a free kick. Kick comes out to the far wing. Polak collects, finds some room, kicks it to the centre of the ground. Comes off hands. Now spilling it there for the Dogs was Smith. And Larky, he's had the footy, and he's had a free kick paid against him throwing the footy. So away go the Dogs. Big kick required here from Johannesson, and he misses to the right. Under 7 minutes to go in this second term. Tarrant sending it up the line. Oh, that was beautifully done by Pittard, the don't argue. And Aaron Hall marks it on the wing. Now he looks inside 50. Brown is there all by himself. He drops it. He butchers the mark, and Suckling wrapped up, and we're going to have a ball up. So Dogs make their way out of their defensive 50. Kick doesn't go far. Majak Daw takes the mark against Caleb Daniel. How about that for height difference? Marley Williams has the footy now. Back in the side after serving his suspension that he copped pre-season. Now a chance here for North Melbourne through Jai Simpkin, and he misses. He actually hits it, kicks it out of bounds on the full. Dangerous kick, but it's worked. Johannesen takes the mark after being copped one in the head. Now Dunkley's pushed his opponent in the back, and we're going to get a free kick here to North Melbourne. Small kick inside 50, trying to go to Brown. Polak's thrown the footy after running into trouble, and the Dogs have the free. Now that's a very risky kick. Hunter, he takes his opponent high. Free kick here to North Melbourne. Oh, good mark by Sean Higgins on the forward pocket. Now, surely he couldn't kick this one. He's on a tough angle. He's hit the post. So Tringove plays on. Takes a bounce. Got it to Ed Richards somehow, and he's been locked up. The mark wasn't paid. Didn't make the appropriate journey. Now Jai Simpkin takes his opponent high. I think it might have been Suckling, and Suckling sends it to a pack. Comes off hands. Cunnington tackled down. Wallace and Keefe, actually it is. Through the footy. North Melbourne get a free. Looks like it might be Sean Higgins with the score here, and he's missed. Out of bounds on the full, so Simpkin locked up. It's going to be a free. English hit it to probably a dangerous spot. Now Suckling got the handball away. Ball's been spilt. Now losing the footy was Hunter. Chance here for North Melbourne. No way! No way! That's gone through from an impossible angle. Higgins kicks the goal. And I cannot believe some of the goals I am seeing here at Marvel Stadium this afternoon. That was absolutely superb. So North Melbourne on top of the Dogs here at the moment. They're applying the pressure, but North are getting it away here. Keefe spills the footy. Chance here for Zuhar. He's got it. Around the body, too strong. 3 goals the young lad has kicked. And it's now out to 75. Plays 38. Back in the middle. Dogs desperately need a goal here. Liberatore getting the clearance. Norton finding space. And that's what the Dogs need more of. They need more of that. Now Norton, he needs to kick the goal here. He lines up. Kick on its way. Misses. No help for the Dogs. So Tarrant plays on. Not a great kick, but it's been dropped by McLean, I think it was. Kick comes out to the centre. No one could mark, and Wallace has taken his opponent high. And it's a free kick to North Melbourne. Oh, Easton Wood with the fly. Beautiful mark by Easton Wood. Now he goes short to Alex Keefe. Keefe sends it down the line. Crozier somehow marks the footy in the pack. Now he sends it over the top. Beautiful bit of play. Bailey Dale marks the footy just inside 50. And what happened there? I cannot believe what I just saw. He dropped the footy and now North Melbourne trying to make the Dogs pay. Smith loses the footy. North Melbourne get it to Zeeble. Zeeble sends it inside 50. North have all the numbers here. Brown ran into trouble, and to the Dogs' delight, they ping him for holding the ball. Madness as Wood sends it down the wing to space. Majak Daw, how speedy is he? Got back to grab the footy. And Daniel grabs the spiel and ran out of room. So a boundary throw in. 2:44 to go. Daniel loses the footy. Chance here for English. Handballs it off to Dale. What was that? Not sure why there wasn't a score there. And now a chance here for Norton, and Norton misses. Dear oh dear, the Dogs are just all over the shop. Half time cannot come quick enough for them. As the kick comes out to Dumont just outside the defensive 50. He sends it to the centre of the ground. Good kick to Williams. Now he sends it deep in the centre square, and Tim English takes a good defensive mark. Kicks it on the man of the mark, but luckily they get out of trouble here, the Dogs. English tackled down, loses the footy, and Trengove pushes Anderson in the back, and it's going to be a free. In fact, I don't think it is Anderson, it's someone else. But anyway, over the top, Pittard takes the mark. Under 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. Off a pack it comes. Keefe clearing footy. Marley Williams back with the flight. Beautiful mark. Off the hands of a pack. English comes away with the footy. Now he kicks it towards the 50 off a pack. It comes off hands. Dogs need to apply the pressure here. They don't quite do that. Now the kick comes out to the wing. Johannesson takes the mark. Sends it down the line. It comes off hands. It was intercepted on its way to the 50, and Tarrant with the footy is wrapped up. So North Melbourne with all the control here, but it's inside 50 for the Dogs. Oh, well done. That was fantastic by McDonald. Now grabbing the footy was Dunkley, but Atley takes him high. So Dunkley has kicked 2 goals to the match so far. This for his third. He's 50 metres out. He's going to have to roost this home. He's directly in front, though, and the kick is not great. That is absolutely atrocious. And he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. And the Dogs, they need half-time here. They are all over the shop. Dale, tackled down by Dunkley. North Melbourne are away here. Bounce, another one. Sending it inside 50, 1-on-1. Oh, beautiful. Ed Richards takes a very good defensive mark up against the big power forward in Ben Brown. Now he sends it out to a 2-on-1. McRae takes the mark. McRae sending it wide. Good mark by Dunkley. Dogs have got 30 seconds to get a goal. They would like to finish off the second quarter on the right note. English was taken high, pushing the back. And Norton ran out of room after collecting it from the contest, and it's going to be a ball in. Inside 50 for the Dogs. 20 seconds remaining in the second term. English. Daniel! Big snap! Goal! A much needed goal by the Dogs. Back in the middle. 16 seconds to go in the second term. English wins the tap against Mason Wood. Dogs, they're streaming forward, but their handball to English didn't help. So ball up. Bruce wins the tap. Hunter trying to bustle his way through. Now with the footy was McDonald. He sends it to the centre square. And the siren sounds. So North Melbourne lead the Dogs by 29 points at half time. A very good second quarter by them. They were on top of the Dogs all quarter. North Melbourne 11-9-75, leading the Dogs 6-10-46. Well, the inside 50s are 34 apiece, but North Melbourne have had plenty of the footy. 153 disposals to 138. They also lead the uncontested and contested possession. So North Melbourne in the lead on all areas of the game. Let's have a look at the major ball winners. For North Melbourne, Tarrant, 12 disposals. Jasper Pittard, 9 disposals, and Majak Daw, 9 disposals as well. As for the Dogs, Johannesson and Mitch Wallace with 9 disposals each. Lockie Hunter with 8 disposals. Let's have a look at the goals. We'll start with North Melbourne. And Zuhar has kicked 3 goals. He's been outstanding so far in this game. Jed Anderson and Sean Higgins with 2 goals. Paul O'Hearn, Ben Brown, Jared Polak and Taron Thomas with a goal each. And for the Dogs, 2 goals to Josh Dunkley. They both came in the first quarter, while singles to Caleb Daniel, Tory Dixon, Aaron Norton and the small redhead, Ed Richards. So that's your halftime result in this Good Friday blockbuster. It's North Melbourne leading the Dogs 75 to 46. Don't go anywhere. Grab yourself a frothy. Make yourself comfortable. The second half is not too far away, and it's only on the Bev Show. So welcome back to Good Friday Footy. North Melbourne leading the Dogs 11-9, 75 to 6-10, 46 at half time. Don't forget on Monday, Easter Monday, a big tradition of the day is Geelong and Hawthorn at the MCG. I'll be bringing you that match from 3 p.m. It's going to be a huge game. It always is between those two teams. So make sure you tune in and watch. That's Geelong and Hawthorn from the MCG on Monday, Easter Monday, from 3 p.m. on the Bev Show YouTube channel. So time to get into the second half. North Melbourne by 29 points. The Dogs need a big half here if they're going to get back into this one. Tim English's kick goes to a pack. McRae over the top. Dale lost the footy. And he's been wrapped up, Bailey Dale, so it's going to be a ball up. Goldstein winning that one. Wallace spilling the footy. Dunkley applying the pressure. Now picking it up was Cunnington. And Polak has pushed his opponent in the back, so it's going to be a free to McRae it was. Now McRae sending it to a one-on-one. It was McMillan and Daniel, and Daniel takes the mark. Superb stuff now. Off to a contest it goes. Falls to the back. Possibly a chance here for the Dogs. Maybe not. North Melbourne did well to apply the pressure and they've kicked it out of there. But Trengove takes the mark and possibly the Dogs going back inside 50. The kick to the pocket or the flank area was not so good by Cordy and it bounces out for a boundary throw in. So the Dogs with an early couple of inside 50s here, but nothing to show for it. McDonald's been tackled down to the ground. Ball up. Goldstein, McDonald tackled, lost the footy. Brown, he's playing real deep, isn't he? Now a chance for Wallace. That's gone all the way. Wallace has kicked a huge goal. And the Dogs open up the second half with the first goal of the game. So back in the middle, huge goal from Wallace. Can't believe he kicked that. We've seen some good goals this afternoon, haven't we? We've seen some drop punts from tight angles. And we've seen goals from outside 50 as well. English receives a handball, lost it. And now Zeebel's got the footy, but he's through it. So the Dogs are going to get a free here. They've already kicked the first goal of the second half. Can they kick the second goal of the second half? Dale's kick was not great. And it went out of bounds on the full. So Atley takes the mark. Kick to a pack. Someone out the back for North Melbourne. Drills down the line to Simpkin, who takes the mark, and Simpkin inside 50. The kick's been coughed up by Keith. Now he sends it to a pack of players. It comes off hands. The Dogs mop up. Oh, good mark. Bailey Dale in the centre square, close to the AFL logo. He sends it to a one-on-one. Now Bruce couldn't quite take the mark. Robbie Tarrant's been tackled down, holding the ball, and a chance here for the Dogs. Bruce inside 50. No one could mark the footy. Pittard wrapped up. So a ball up. Keith and Wood. Keith wins the tap. Dunkley wrapped up. Loses it. And Zeeble has been locked up, so we're going to have a ball up. Gee, a top footy right now. It absolutely is. This second half is real hot. And the Dogs, you just feel like they've started off this second half well, but with not enough scores. Now, Keith has been pinged here for deliberate out of bounds. So, North Melbourne get the free. Good kick to Marley Williams, who took a really good mark, stretch of the arms. Now he sends it out to the wing. Dogs have the numbers here, and Johannesson takes the mark. Now Johannesson goes inboard. Bailey Smith takes the mark. Now Bailey Smith looks in the centre of the ground. Not sure where that, or who that kick was supposed to go to. North Melbourne have turned it over here, and the Dogs are on the charge. They're on the counter-attack. Inside 50. Not good, but here's a chance for the Dogs. Bontempelli scores his first. Big second half required by Marcus Bontempelli. And he kicks one early in the second half. So just reducing the margin, the Dogs. Tell you what, the next goal would put them right back into it, but this is not going to help. A clearing kick from North Melbourne. Brown takes the mark around the body, goal. Just like that, Brent Brown has his second. And the margin goes back out. It's 81 plays 58. Gee, he's got big muscles, hasn't he, Ben Brown? Huge. Bontempelli tackled down. It's holding the ball. North Melbourne with the free. They've applied really good pressure this afternoon so far. Bailey Smith takes the mark on the wing. Sends it to the centre of the ground. Ed Richards takes the mark. Now he's kicked it close and on into the man of the mark. Liberatore. Not a great kick. It was smothered on the way through. Dogs had it, lost it. And Mitch Wallace applies a high tackle. So North Melbourne gets the free. Kicking it to the centre of the ground. It's been spoiled. Bontempelli's been wrapped up and we're going to have a ball up. Mason Wood and Keith in the ruck. They've been sharing the load, the Dogs, and same with North Melbourne when it comes to ruck. As a free kick here to North. Goes out to a pack. Daniel collects, tackled down by, I think it was Taron Thomas, and we're going to have a ball up. So Keith winning the tap. Zeeble. Good hands. Now the kick wasn't great from North Melbourne, but they got the numbers here, and there's a guy all on his own. Handballs it off was Anderson to Simpkin, but they've messed it up somehow, North Melbourne. A certain goal turns into a behind. Unbelievable. That kick out wasn't great from the Dogs, and Higgins takes the mark. 40 metres out from goal. He can kick this, Sean Higgins. He can kick this. He's hit the woodwork. Back out it comes for the Dogs. Still in the defensive 50. Suckling gathers the footy. Comes out to the wing. Now the Dogs have the numbers. Kick comes down the line. No mark for the Dogs. North Melbourne back in possession. They lose it, but they get it back. Zeeble loses the footy. Dogs applying huge pressure to try and get back this footy. Inside 50 goes North Melbourne. Packer players forming. Dunkley's there. Suckling tackled down, loses the footy. Umpire says play on. And then the kick inside 50 from Zeeble. Taron Thomas around the body, misses, hits the post. So Trengove plays on. Drills it in the direction of Majak Dor. Comes off hands. North Melbourne have a chance here. And they now definitely have a certain chance because they've been given a free kick for pushing the back. So this to put extra blow into the Dogs' wounds. And Paul O'Hearn with the free kick misses to the left of screen. Oh my word. Jackson Trengove has just kicked it out of bounds on the full. And now a chance here for Nick Larkey. He's on a tight angle, and he misses. He actually kicks it out of bounds on the full. So the Dogs, they need to somehow find a way outside the defensive 50. They struggle to do that, and they've struggled to do that all game. Good don't argue there by, I think it was the bot. Now he sends it out to the wing where McRae and Dunkley was. None could mark it. McRae had the footy, lost it. And then a free kick to Dunkley. Anderson taking him high. Now he decides to go back inside the defensive 50. Dangerous, but Wallace marks. Now he sends it to a one-on-one. Dunkley was the target. Ben Cunnington, though, had it and then wrapped up. So it's a ball up. Dumont tries to gain extra distance. Wrapped up. So another ball up here. Bruce in the ruck with Mason Wood, I think it is. Polak tackled down. Going to be another ball up. So stoppage after stoppage here on the broadcast wing. Now Wallace tackling Dumont down to the ground. We're going to have another ball up. The umpire says no prior. We're under 9 minutes or an 8.5 minutes to go until the three-quarter time break. Wallace gets a handball away. Cleverly done. Now Dunkley sends it in the Crozier direction. He marks. Now what does he do here? He's 50 metres out. He wheels around, tries to put it in the hands of a target. And Robbie Tarrant with a great defensive mark. He's been playing very well at defence today. That kick favours Mitch Wallace and he takes the mark. Now Wallace decides to switch it over. Dunkley the target, I assume. North Melbourne gather the footy, kick it into the centre square, and that's a good mark by Zuho. He's kicked 3 goals today. Good little small kick to Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall now looks inside 50. Dogs have the numbers. It comes off hands. Keith finds some room. Buggers up their handball. North Melbourne, they lose it. Now here's a chance for the Dogs. Clearing kick outside 50. Cunnington at the back loses it. Now Dunkley has the footy. Just has to use his speed. Has to just keep off Taron Thomas. He does. Surely he kicks this. No way. He had all the opportunities there to kick the goal and he's blown it there, Josh Dunkley. That could have been the goal that kick-started the Dogs' comeback. Now the ball's been wrapped up here. We're going to have a ball up at the top of the 50. Now getting the kick away was Toby McLean and he kicks it out of bounds on the full. So if you're a Dog supporter, you're not liking what you're seeing at the moment. Nothing is going right for the Dogs. It's all going North Melbourne's way. McDonald marking the footy, switching it over to the back flank. Atley takes the mark. Now Atley sending it down the wing. Pack forms. It comes off hands. And then applying the tackle there was the Dogs. It slipped out of their hands somehow. Play on, says the umpire. Atley kicking it down the ground to a Pack. Good mark. Nick Larkey, fantastic. He kicks it inside 50. Simpkin gets his mitts on it, takes the mark. And he'll be kicking from on the 50-metre line, you'd say. Big kick to the goal square, comes off hands. McRae tackled down, Suckling ends up with the footy. Now he just clears it out of there, one-on-one. Bontempelli in amongst it. It falls for the Dogs. They get a clearing kick away, and then the kick that was intended for the Dogs in Norton lands in the hands of North Melbourne. Now the kick has come out to the centre square. Clearing kick out to the far wing. Good mark taken by Tom Liberatore. Need to see more of him. Now Tom Liberatore kicks it to the centre of the ground. It comes off hands. Oh, good don't argue there by the Dogs. And the kick inside 50 lands in the hands of Ed Richards. So Richards directly in front. 45 metres out. It's a huge kick, but it's not accurate. He's kicked up behind. 25-point lead in North Melbourne's favour. The Dogs have had the chances, though. They have had the chances, and they haven't taken the most of it. Chance here for the Dogs. Bruce, quick handball. Oh, Norton. Silly, silly Norton. He's hit the post. How is he going to explain that after the game? North Melbourne turn it over. The kick out falls in the hands of Marcus Bontempelli. He needs to kick this. It's as simple as that. And the captain delivers a captain-like goal. That's how you kick it, boys. That's how you kick it. Marcus Bonampelli scores his second. And the Dogs reduce the margin. It's a 3-goal lead. Let me know in the comments down below, how are you seeing this match? And can the Doggies come back? Look at that, behind after behind for the Dogs. They had their chances, they finally get the goal they were after. And now they're looking for another one. Keith with the footy, has a bounce. There's a player all on his own. It's Norton, and Norton can just play on and kick it. He's missed it. That is absolutely ridiculous. Aaron Norton, all on his own, has kicked it behind. Unbelievable. Tom Liberatore getting a kick away. In fact, it's Easton Wood. Easton Wood kicks the goal, and the Dogs string back-to-back goals together. $11 points the difference. And the Dogs are right back in this. So back in the middle. It's game on here on Good Friday. Mason Wood wins the tap. Dogs get the clearance. 1-on-1. Ball spills to ground. Big tackles applied. North Melbourne get a kick away inside the centre. And that's a good mark by Ed Richards. He had to beat Ben Brown. He did so. Sends it out to the wing. Dogs have the numbers, but North Melbourne, they clear it away. And it goes out of bounds on the full by Ben Cunnington. So Easton Wood with the free. I can't believe he just kicked the goal. And Jed Anderson has taken that mark. Now he sends it to a pack. Trengove got his mitts together. Ball was lost. And Higgins, he's been pinged. So holding the ball. And the Dogs free. The game has just heated up. 4 minutes to play in this third term. Anderson with a great mark on the AFL logo. That is fantastic. Looks inside 50. Zane Cordy takes a very good defensive mark. Now quick hands to a teammate. It was Suckling. He loses it. And here's a chance for North Melbourne to make the Dogs pay. Jai Sipkin with a big kick. And the margin goes back out. 17-point lead. So how will the Dogs respond here? Keefer's in the ruck. He wins the tap. Higgins runs into trouble. Dale has the footy and wrapped up. We're going to have a ball up in the centre of the ground with under 4 minutes to go. Bruce wins the tap against Mason Wood. Higgins tackled down. Now Cunnington with the footy, loses it. Chance here for the Dogs. Kick inside 50, no one home. Now here's a chance. I think it might be Dunkley. Yes, it is. It's Dunkley. Oh, that's perfect. How did he do that? Dogs claw the margin back to 11. The cheer squad is going nuts. What a goal from Dunkley. That was just superb. Let me know what you thought of that one. And we're back in the middle. Bruce wins the tap. Now Bailey Smith has the footy. He sends it out to space. No one there. Gee, it won't want to go out for his sake. It could be paid deliberate. Oh, big bump by Daniel on McMillan. But he ran out of room as he collected the footy. Gee, that would have been superb if he had to put that bump on and then went on to kick the goal. Would have been one of the plays of the day as Dumont is wrapped up on the back flank. Mason Wood and Bruce in the ruck. Dumont pushes his opponent in the back. I think it might be Dale. Now Dale's squaring kick. Dunkley! He's kicked 3 goals. He just kicked a brilliant goal from an impossible angle a short time ago. You'd think he'd kick this. He's directly in front. He's a fair way out. He misses. And he's not going to get a 4th goal on that occasion. We're under 3 minutes to go in this 3rd term. So the play on. Tarrant. Awful kick. It's gone out of bounds on the full. Now a chance here for the Dogs. Kick to the top of the goal square. And good mark by Paul O'Hearn. Brilliant defensive mark. Now Taron Thomas has the ball in the back flank. He decides to kick it to centre half back. Higgins there all on his own. Higgins looks up the line. He decides to go to the far wing. Back to Taron Thomas. Thomas with the stretchy arms marks the foot. He goes out wide. Dumont takes the mark. He then kicks it for the square. Falls for North Melbourne. They lose it. Zane Cordy has the footy been wrapped up. Dunkley doing some very good work to get out of that. Now Marley Williams, he pushes his opponent in the back, so a free kick for the Dogs. Bruce, tackled down, centre half forward. Bruce wins the footy. Higgins, Brown, Polak, and it's going to be a free, I think it was, to Polak, so they come out wide. No one could mark. Thomas collects the footy. Has a bounce. Daniel is trying to wear him down. No success. Ball comes off hands. Now Daniel receiving a handball, kicking it to a pack. Majak Dor, the tallest man, couldn't quite mark it in that pack. Thomas ends up with the footy. Handballed inboard. Majak Dor receives a handball. Short kick. Here's a chance for Cunnington. Drops the footy. Ben Brown kicks to a teammate all on his own, and it's Simpkin, and he takes a great mark. And then around the body, snap, goal. Margin back out to 16 points in North Melbourne's favour. So North Melbourne a 16-point lead with nearly 1 minute to play in this 3rd term. It's been a cracking 3rd quarter. The Dogs have been able to work their way back into the match. But North Melbourne still have the lead. Lockie Hunter's been tackled down. No prize, says the ump. Ball up again. English with the footy. Handballed over the top. Oh, brilliant tackle. Norton ping for holding the ball. Kick goes up the line of the Toyota logo. North Melbourne go inside 50 through McDonald. Packer players form. Dogs have the numbers to get it out of there, and they do. Trengove kicks it to the wing. Now who's going to get there first? Daniel wraps up Pittard. He got there first, and we're going to have a ball up. Dale collects the footy. Goes for goal. It just misses. Tarrant with the kick out. You won't want to stuff this up. Comes off hands. Pittard taken high by Daniel. Free kick to the North Melbourne Kangaroos. Ball falls to the back. Dale takes his opponent high. So another free kick to North. 12 seconds to go. Handball to Dor. Dor kicks it to the wing. No one could mark it. Drop footy. Here's Zeeble. In fact, I think it might be Cunnington. Now he kicks it to the pocket, and that's a good mark by Ben Brown. Contested. Ed Richards couldn't quite contain him, and a chance here for North Melbourne. This would be a big goal on the verge of three-quarter time in the context of the game. It would give them a very good lead going into the three-quarter time break, and he's wasted it. He's hit it to the left. What a quarter of footy. North Melbourne had a 29-point lead at half-time. They now lead by 16 points. It's game on. You will not want to miss the fourth quarter. This has all the makings of being a tight finish. Let's have a look at the stats. North Melbourne leading the Dogs 14-14-98 to the Dogs 11-16-82. North Melbourne, they lead the disposals, but only just. The Dogs have been able to get on top of uncontested possessions, but North are still on top in the contested possessions. And they're also on top in the marks department as well. North Melbourne have had 51% of the possession in this game. Let's have a look at the major ball winners. Bobby Tarrant for North Melbourne, 15 disposals. Jai Simpkin and Paul O'Hearn, 14 disposals. And for the Dogs, Mitch Wallace, Jackson Trengove with 12 Mitch Wallace with 15 disposals, Trengove and Johannesson with 12 disposals each. As for the goal kickers, well, Zuha's kicked 3 goals. Higgins and Simpkin have kicked 2. As for the Dogs, well, Dunkley, 3 goals to him. Absolutely marvellous. Bond and Pelly with 2 goals. And Easton Wood with 1 goal. So a big final term coming up here at Marvel Stadium. Do not go anywhere. You will not want to miss it. Be back shortly with the final term. So if you've just joined, North Melbourne have the lead at 3/4 time. A 16-point lead. They led at quarter time, 5-4-34 to the Western Bulldogs, 2-5-17. They then led at half time, 11-9-75 to 6-10-46. And North Melbourne currently have a 16-point lead. Don't forget, Monday, Easter Monday, the tradition continues. Geelong facing Hawthorn at the MCG. It's going to be a very good clash. It always is when they meet, isn't it? No love lost there. The weather at the moment is forecast to be a really good day, so looking forward to bringing you that one. That's Geelong and Hawthorn from 3 p.m. on Easter Monday, right here on The Bev Show. Of course, the likes of Gary Ablett, Paddy Dangerfield, up against Tom Mitchell, who of course is back after spending a year on the sideline last year. James Warble in the side as well, Amira, Scully. You will not want to miss that one. So let's get into the final term, shall we? It's North Melbourne by 16 points. Let's have a look. Big tackle by the Dogs. Dunkley runs into trouble. He's been pinged for holding the ball. North Melbourne kick it inside 50. It comes off hands, and Simpkin has taken his opponent high. So the Dogs get a free. Inside the centre square it goes. Oh, Anderson, he's just stopped and then been tackled, and it's holding the ball. So not sure what happened there from Simpkin's point of view. Here's Cunnington. Sending it down the line. And taking the mark was Larkey. Now Larkey. Oh, Easton Wood has taken a flyer. That is an absolute scrumdiddly-umptious mark. He takes a lot of them, doesn't he, Easton Wood? He's an absolute perfectionist at it. Now the kick's been dropped, but the Dogs luckily get it back. They turn it over though. Cunnington inside 50. Zuha the target, but Suckling takes the mark. Drilling it down the centre. Dunkley at the back, being taken high by Pittard, gets the free. It comes out to a one-on-one. And Bruce has the footy, he's been locked up, so we're getting a ball up here. Top of the Dogs forward 50. Dorr. Wallace, tackled down. Dogs come out with the footy. They cough it up though. Here's a chance, here's a chance, here's a chance. It's hit into the woodwork by Norton. So Tarrant with the kick out. That's not a great kick. It's gone out of bounds on the full, and the Dogs get the free. Dixon, Liberatore into a pack of players inside 50. North Melbourne had it, lost it. Now they have it back again. Kick goes down the line. Suckling running to mark it. He misses it. It goes over his head. He does grab it in the end though. Now he kicks to the wing. Wood the target. One-on-one. Wood couldn't quite mark it. Now here's a go for Zane Cordy. Kicks it inside 50 pack of players. It comes off hands. Chance here for the Dogs. It's a good looking kick, but it fades to the right from Josh Bruce. And another chance gone begging there for the men in the red, white and blue. Oh, Tarrant turns it over and Mitch Wallace has a chance. He's already gotten on the score sheet today. Let's see if he can get on it again. Oh, he's missed it. That could prove costly. Last week they were 22 points down in the final term. And they came back. Could this be the moment again? Tarrant has kicked it out of bounds in the full. A chance here for the Dogs. Aaron Norton, he's on a tight angle. He struggled to kick them all day. And he continues to struggle. The kick to the left. Tarrant sending it to a contest. Big pressure applied on Marley Williams. Umpire says no prior. So a ball up, Bruce and Goldstein. Goldstein clearly wins the tap. Hunter had it, lost it. Anderson comes away with the footy. Brown all by himself over the top. Decides to go over the body, or cross the body I should say, to space. Now getting back to collect it. Liberatore sends it to a 2-on-1 situation, favouring the Dogs. Jen Anderson wrapped up by Suckling, and we're going to have a ball up inside 50 for North. Good contest this. Chance here for North. Zuha, 3 goals for the match. Adds a behind to that. To a contest. Pittard takes the mark. It was very good by him. Now what can Jasper do? He's kicking from the 50-metre line. He's absolutely roosted that, but it's accurate. It goes out of bounds on the full. Oh, the kick. Intercepted by Ben Brown. So a chance here for North Melbourne. Got it. Ben Brown kicks his third goal of the match. North Melbourne increased the lead back out. So back in the middle, English and Goldstein. Goldstein wins the tap. Hall is lurking. He's been Taron Thomas it was actually, and he's been tackled down, and we're going to have a ball up inside the centre square. English won that one. Taron Thomas front and centre. McRae. Taron Thomas put on the pressure. And Bontempelli lost it. He's injured apparently, and now English kicks it forward. Maybe a chance here for the Dogs. North Melbourne had it. Off the ground by Crozier. Felt like I was watching soccer by that bit of play. The kick off the ground into the goal square, and Crozier finished it off. Brilliant by Norton, and then Crozier off the ground. And that reduces the margin. 13 points. Just over 2 goals. Trail. Back in the middle. Losing the footy there was Higgins. Ball goes forward for the Dogs. Norton. He's under pressure here. Runs into trouble. And it's going to be a ball up. Thomas receives the hit out. Tackled down by the Dogs. The umpire says no prior. Wallace coming on for Liberatore by the looks of things. Bruce just hits it out, and the umpire's paid deliberate. Although it is in the rule book, if you hit it out from a ruck contest on the full, then it is a free kick. So, good judgment there by the umpire. Larkey takes the mark in a pack, sends it to the centre square. McDonald takes the mark. Now McDonald, sending it to the broadcast wing. Good mark, Higgins. That was fantastic by the veteran, of course. He played with the Dogs back in the day. Now Simkin marks it inside 50. And potentially a chance here for North Melbourne to kick back out. The kick is on target. It's a goal! Jai Simkin. 3 goals for him. $19 points, North Melbourne lead the Dogs by 111 plays 92. So back in the middle, English, Dunkley, spilt it. Bontempelli over the top, Smith, kick inside 50. Oh, good mark at Robbie Tarrant. Now he gets the kick away to the broadcast wing. Wallace had it, lost it. Polak comes in, runs into trouble, spills it. Now here's a go for the Dogs. It's Bontempelli, and he kicks it out of bounds on the full. Hope you're enjoying this one. Good Friday at Marvel Stadium. Kick not great, but North Melbourne have the numbers inside the defensive 50. McRae tackles Luke McDonald down to the ground. Dogs to reduce the margin back to 13 points if McRae kicks it. He makes no mistake. Dogs trail by 13. Back in the middle we go. English hit out, Felder Thomas. He spilt it. McRae. Kick inside 50. Norton couldn't quite mark it. Tarrant's being locked up, and we're going to have a ball up deep inside the Dogs' forward 50. So Bruce and Mason Wood to go at it. Bruce wins the tap. Higgins takes his opponent high. Guess who it is? Josh Dunkley. Lining up for his 4th goal of the afternoon. He's on a slight angle. Doesn't bother him. Yes, it does. So Tarrant with the kick out. Oh, that kick's not in the favour of North Melbourne. Luckily, it was spilt. Now a chance here for Bruce. He misses it. And the Dogs trail by 11, just under 2 goals. You just feel the heat that this game has produced. Kick comes out. Zeeble tackled down. Clearing footy by North Melbourne. Comes out to a pack. Now here's the Bont. What was that from the Bont? That's not what we're used to. And McMillan, he's been tackled and the umpire pings him for holding the ball and out the back. Hunter. Brilliant mark. Lockie Hunter. Oh, he's absolutely wasted that. He's missed it to the left. The Dogs have scored 23 behind Tarrant. Oh, there was a fly there. I think it might have been Wood, but McLean marks the footy. Another chance here for the Dogs. Toby McLean's kick is on point. It's game on under the roof. Just under a kick. A 4-point margin between the pair. This is huge. Back in the middle. Mason Wood. Liberatore. Wheels his way out of trouble. Handball turned over. Hunter collects the footy. Tackled down by Polak, and we're going to have a ball up. Centre half forward for the Dogs. Bruce hit it into the hands of Thomas. He was locked up. We're going to have a ball up again. Bruce, Thomas lost it. Liberatore loses it. North Melbourne try to get it moving. McDonald spills it. Pittard, he loses it. Chance here for Dixon, I think it was. He loses it. Now the Dogs have a chance here. Through Bontempelli. A bounce directly in front. In fact, it's Crozier and the Dogs are in front. The Western Bulldogs are in front. They lead by 2 points after Hayden Crozier bangs it through. Wow, what a game this is. Handball off to Polak from McMillan. Now North stream forward. Brown knocks it to Anderson and he misses. There's a point in this. The margin is a point. Tringove. Big kick out. Atley at the back, good mark. Now he plays on, wheels around. What was he doing there? Must have mistaken a crowd member for a North Melbourne player. Now what was that from Cordy? A comedy of errors here from both teams. Unbelievable. McMillan stretches his arms, takes the mark. Kick to a pack. Oh, Zane Cordy, fantastic, but he kicks it on the man of the mark. It was Simpkin and the ball's made its way over the line as we see Jai Simpkins deciding to come off. Thomas loses the footy. Thomas has it again. Had it, lost it. Dogs clearing footy down the line. Dunkley couldn't quite mark the footy. Instead, McDonald did. Now McDonald inboard. Inside the defensive 50. Not the greatest kick. Now Majak Dor has to be clean here. He does. He picks up the footy. Kicked it to the wing, but the kick was coughed up by Bailey Dale. Now he looks inside 50. McLean taking the mark at the top of the 50. Now he pumps it deep inside 50. Dunkley with the snap. He's got another one. And the Dogs increase their lead to 7. 4 goals to Josh Dunkley. He's having a blinder today. And the Dogs are in the box seat here. They are in the box seat. Another come from behind victory perhaps. There's still time for North Melbourne to get the lead back. Back in the middle. Mason Wood wins the tap. Wallace collected it. Wrapped up. Ball up. Keith wins the footy. Thomas collects it. He's been getting a lot of the footy lately. Here's a chance. In fact, it's going to come back. Sean Higgins with a direct opportunity to kick a goal and put them back within a point. Sean Higgins has got it. Goal for goal at the moment. So back in the middle, it's the Dogs by a point. Keith, well done. Good hit out. Wallace, clearing kick. North Melbourne getting a hand to it. Polak collects the footy. Got a handball away. Oh, brilliantly done. Good tackle. I think it might have been Wood on Demont. And we're going to have a ball up. McDonald Thomas gives it up. Keith wrapped up. Another ball up. 5.5 to go in the game. Bailey Smith couldn't get out of the tackle. Ball up. Big roar. The crowd is loving this one. Chance here for North. Small kick inside 50. Larkey on an angle. Kicking from about 50 metres out. He misses it, and the scores are level. 119 apiece. Can see a few people asking the question whether we'll get our first draw of the season. Who knows? But a chance here for cutting off the pack. He's kicked it. North are in front. Back in front by a goal. This is an absolute thriller. If your friends are not watching this, tell them to tune in. Because this is going down to the wire. 5 minutes to play. It's North Melbourne by a goal. Spinning his way out of trouble is McRae. Kicks it forward. No one could take the mark. Now grabbing the footy is Thomas. He kicks it down the line. Zuha takes the mark. Now he looks inside 50. There's a few North Melbourne players. Cunnington with the big bump. Chance here for North. Paul O'Hearn on a tough angle hits the post. Seven points now. North lead. Kick comes out to a pack. Ben Brown. Chance here for North. Zeeble. Can you believe it? To put them 13 points in front. He has put them 8 points in front with that behind. Unbelievable. Trengove out wide. Smith pressured out of play. So ball back in, out the back. Bontempelli ran into trouble, lost it. Small kick out wide. Norton. Kicking it to Crozier. Now Crozier. There's a player on his own. It's Richards. And Richards takes the mark. He's got Dunkley over the top if he wants to, but he's decided to go back and have a ping here. This to reduce the margin to 2 points. He's got it. Ed Richards has got it. And they reduced the margin to 2 points. $127 plays $125. Who wins this? Who knows? Smith got it to Hunter. Now a chance here for the Dogs. Kick goes inside 50. Hunter's taken the mark. Lockie Hunter. A chance here to put the Dogs back in front. Directly in front. Slots it through. And the Dogs are back in front. So back in the middle. And North Melbourne might get the clearance here. They get it out of the centre anyway, but then Simpkin has been tackled down to the ground. Holding the ball, says the umpire. Now the kick comes to the centre of the ground. Johannesson, not a great kick. It ran into the man on the mark, but the Dogs get it towards the forward 50. Out the back is Dunkley. He tries to don't argue, then gets the handball away. North are back in possession. Polak sends it to the far wing. Comes off hands. Chance here for Eastern Wood. He kicks it inside 50. Is someone going to mark for the Dogs? No one does. And then Demont has the footy wrapped up. It's going to be a ball up. English and Goldstein. Anderson loses the footy. Dogs have possession. Hunter had it, lost it. Now Anderson pumping it to a contest in North Melbourne's forward 50. Larkey came away with it. Good mark by the youngster. He is 50 metres out. Kick not on target. Bontempelli takes a good defensive mark, but the kick's not great. It's come out for Simpkin. Simpkin marks. How will he go with this one? He wastes it. Out of bounds on the full. Kick comes to a one-on-one. Eastern Wood at the back. Well done. Now Eastern Wood goes to the centre square. But Pittard takes the mark amongst all those people. And Pittard sends it forward. Drop mark. Paul O'Hearn applying the high tackle. And it's a free to Eastern Wood. Now he goes out to the far wing. Coming away with the footy was McLean. Now he goes in the Crozier direction. He marks. Very good mark on Marley Williams. He goes forward. Daniel has beaten Majak Dor. You cannot believe it. And Caleb Daniel to increase the lead. He misses it. He hits the point post. 1:20 to go on the clock. Paul O'Hearn's been locked up. It's inside 50 for the Dogs. How's this game going to end? Aaron Hall has been pinged. Potentially a chance for the Dogs to wrap up the win. And the kick is not great from Mitch Wallace. So the kick comes out wide. Marley Williams kicks to the broadcast wing. Bailey Dale with the mark. There's 40 seconds to go. The kick wasn't great. He sent it inboard, and then Bontempelli applied the high tackle on Thomas. Now Thomas goes to McDonald. McDonald takes the mark. 30 seconds to go. Kicks to a pack. Matt Jack Dawes being tackled down. Here's a chance for North Melbourne. They belt it forward. It bounces out for a boundary throw in, and 24 seconds on the clock. It's deep inside 50 for the North Melbourne Football Club. Zeeble lost it. Chance here for North. What's going to happen here? Oh, that's just madness. Anderson has wasted that opportunity. Maybe the Dogs have got it. Kick comes out. No one can mark for North. Siren sounds. He might have a shot here. Surely couldn't get it from here. He's going to have a go. And it's not going to be. The Western Bulldogs, after trailing at every turn, have defeated North Melbourne on Good Friday under the roof at Marvel. (18-19) 127, defeated by the Western Bulldogs 18-23 131. The Dogs finish on top of the inside 50s. Disposals, in terms of the uncontested and contested possessions, will North Melbourne on top in that department. Let's have a look at the major ball winners. For North Melbourne, Robbie Tarrant, 20 disposals. Pittard and Ahern with 18 each. And for the Dogs, Mitch Wallace, 18 disposals. Dunkley with 17, he's impressive tonight. And McRae with 16. The goal kickers for North Melbourne, 3 goals each to Ben Brown, Sean Higgins, Jai Simpkin, and also Cameron Verhaar. 2 goals to Anderson and 1 goal each to Ahern, Cunnington, Polak, and Thomas. And as for the Western Bulldogs, Dunkley has kicked 4 goals, Bontempelli, Crozier, Ed Richards with 2 each. And singles to Daniel, Dixon, Hunter, McRae, McLean, Norton, Wallace and Wood.
On closer inspection, it's just a reflection, and I still move.
Player of the match goes to Josh Dunkley, and I really agree with that. I thought he was superb tonight. Interestingly, no North Melbourne players in the votes. Mitch Wallace and Jack McRae for the minor money. So let's wrap up the quarter by quarter scores. It was North Melbourne at quarter time leading the Dogs 5-4-34 to 2-5-17. At half time, North Melbourne led 11-9-75 to 6-10-46. They led again at three-quarter time, 14-14-98 to 11-16-32. But in the end, the Dogs get the chocolates in what was a thrilling match on Good Friday under the roof at Marvel Stadium. The Dogs winners 18-23, 131 to North Melbourne 18-19, 127. Don't forget, Monday, Easter Monday football. Geelong are taking on Hawthorn at the MCG. I'll have that game for you at 3 p.m. on Easter Monday. So make sure you tune into that right here on the Bev Show. Let's hope it's another thriller like this one tonight. Thanks very much for your company. Hope you enjoyed the match. If you're a Western Bulldogs supporter, I hope you enjoyed the win. Until Monday, see you later.